real with me here, and I really love talking to him. He's a sweet kid. Can I say that? It's not an insult, Pete. You're a good kid. You're good. I like you. You're a good kid. He's a grown man, but he is part of the 43rd season of Saturday Night Live, which premieres September 30th on NBC with host Ryan Gosling and musical guest Jay-Z. And this is me talking to Pete Davidson in the garage here. I am always amazed when people my age still smoke. Like, God bless them.
Yeah.
There's no way after a certain point of cigarettes where you don't feel like this is just killing me.
No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Usually when I'm at night when you're watching TV and you're laying on your back and you're like wheezing.
Yeah.
And then for some reason it doesn't go away unless you smoke another cigarette.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So are you going back and forth on the vape to the thing?
I quit cigs for like 3 months and then like I had one.
With nothing, though? You quit with nothing?
I was doing the vape.
Oh, you were doing the vape. So you weren't off the nicotine?
No, I wasn't off the nicotine. But I had one at work and then I was like, you know what, I'll just have another one. And
it's over.
Once you have one, it really is over.
You got the thing, though, then. You got the bug.
Oh, yeah.
You
I do everything to the most extreme.
Yeah, and you just there's no right.
Yeah.
Like if I think about drinking again, there's no sort of like just have a beer here and
go
there.
Right back in there.
Oh fuck yeah, man! When I think about having a beer, I'm like, why not do that every day?
Right.
Wait, why would you not do it every day?
Right.
Weed, same thing. Why would I not do it every day?
Why not?
I know. That's the way the brain works, so I just have to
And then
stop.
you're like, I get my stuff done.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Kinda.
But like we can do that because
I know.
we do this.
Yeah, you got a little more space, but then you
Right.
start to wonder. It's like, am I doing all the stuff I could be doing?
Right.
Eventually, with weed, though, I don't know, like what your experience was with it. My brain is very active, and like my perception, I feel good and everything. But I don't know. I start to feel like I'm detached from real life. You know, like from. Like, you wake up, you're like, I don't know if I'm still high. Am I still high? And then you get high, and you're always like one step to the side of everything, which is nice.
Yeah.
If you want to observe like that.
But sometimes you just want to be like on.
Right.
Yeah. And you can't because you're like stuck.
Yeah.
For like days.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to smoke weed every single day, all day for 8 years.
8 years.
Until like last year.
When did you start that? How old are you now?
I am 23.
Oh, so you're like you're young.
Yeah.
So when you were like in 15 or something?
Yeah, I was like 16, and I started smoking weed because I just didn't have any friends, and then I got invited to this party because I was because I lived around the corner.
Yeah.
And I was like actually around when the person invited another person. And I've never been invited before, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go. And they were all like 20 years old, and I was like 16, and they were smoking weed, and I was like... And then I became like their little man.
Yeah.
I hung out with them for a
It's like
while.
getting the cat stoned.
Yeah, that's how I made friends.
Let's get Pete stoned.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. That's the worst feeling when you kind of get invited to something just because you're there.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to come? Yeah, you can. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, when I was like 16, I'd never been invited before. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go. And then I got caught when I got home because I was wearing sunglasses.
Oh, yeah, there's a giveaway.
Yeah, at 10 o'clock at night.
When you're a teenager, you come home wearing sunglasses. You're almost like asking.
Yeah.
You're like advertising. Who caught you? Your mom?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know the whole history of you. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Staten Island, New York.
Yeah, see, that's like you got to tell me some shit about Staten Island.
Okay, it's a terrible place, Mark. It's no, like everybody thinks I'm joking when I'm just because
that's the reputation it gets. You're not surprising anybody. Nobody's saying like, "Oh my God, I thought Staten Island was a vacation island."
I told my girlfriend this the other day.
You guys are together still?
We're together.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
And I had like this realization. Because like I always thought there was something wrong with me.
Right.
My whole entire life. I was like, I have no friends. I've been to like 3 different schools. Everybody hates me.
Uh-huh.
Everybody hates me. Nobody likes me.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be me.
Right.
And then I left Staten Island, and I was like, it was literally everybody else.
Really?
It was everybody else.
It was so you mean everyone hated Staten Island?
No, I just think it was a bad place.
I see.
Like I always thought there was something wrong. There is something wrong with me, but like I was like, it can't be everybody.
Right,
like,
right.
Every single person hates me.
So it was unique to Staten Island that everybody didn't like you.
Yeah.
Like
everybody there's a Trump person.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Right.
It's the only red place
in New York. Well, my feeling of it was the only other guy I know from Staten Island is Eddie Pepitone.
Yeah.
And when I was in New York, of course everyone knows the dump is there.
Yeah.
But then there was like this, you just thought like, well, a lot of like mafia there, and there's a lot of cops there. It was this weird place where it was just sort of like, criminals and cops and just, alpha monsters roaming the streets with the dump in the background. But who are the people? Why were you there? Was it your family from there?
My whole family was born and raised.
Your grandparents?
Yeah, well, they moved to Jersey like later on, like in their 50s.
To get out, everybody moved to Jersey. That's how bad Staten Island is. To get out, you go to Jersey.
That's like the dream of a Staten Island family. Like one day we'll retire
to the shore.
Yeah, and move to Jersey.
Yeah. Well, Jersey's nice. I can't badmouth Jersey. I've grown. Because it is part of my past, and my grandparents are there. I spent a lot of my childhood there. And
yeah, me too.
And it's nice. I mean, it's like, it's very green. It's very lush. There was good fruit. I remember, maybe that was just my grandparents. There was always a lot of fruit around.
No,
not your family?
No, they're very Irish, very unhealthy family.
Well, did they have stories of when Staten Island was great?
I don't know. They loved it. Everybody from Staten Island that's lived there and still lives there seems to love it.
I guess it's a like-minded thing.
Yeah, like my friends, like my group of like people.
Yeah.
Like my age group are the first ones, I think, to start to realize that it kind of sucks. Because I was...
You're the generation?
Yeah, I remember being...
Once everyone got pictures of other places?
Yeah.
Like, once the internet happened, you're like, oh, look.
No, yeah, I think it finally... This, Trump thing, I think, really fucked everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I think it really, separated a lot of families. And people look at people differently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, on, a intellectual type thing.
Well, I'm not sure what it's going to take to get people to turn on this guy, but some people are.
It's, ridiculous.
Yeah.
The whole family.
There's a commitment to, I think those type of New Yorkers... I don't know. They just they'll let him off the hook for everything because they like his attitude. Right. It's a very specific type of New York bigot.
No, yeah, my family's the type of people that are like, oh, he's hilarious.
Right. And also they're like, fuck them.
Yeah, they're like, no, fuck them.
Yeah,
they like it.
Yep.
I think it's exciting.
Right. It's got nothing to do with policy or lying or
it's all swag.
Yeah, it's swag and bigotry.
Right.
And there's definitely a certain type of Queens, I imagine Staten Island racist guy that everyone knows.
Yeah.
So he's like most of those people of that generation.
He speaks to them.
Oh, yeah. It's an old New York type. It's just, I'm just sort of surprised at, what surprises me most about him is just how the sort of, right-wing Christians have latched onto him because they're, this is their window. So they're like, we'll make a deal with literally Satan.
Right.
to meet our agenda. I've never seen a more satanic guy, just a charming guy that never speaks a word of truth, and, he's completely morally bankrupt, and people are like, I love this guy.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's the devil.
It's to the point where I don't even know what to say about it anymore.
It's hard to talk about.
It keeps going.
That's part of the plan, though, to get us all exhausted and frightened.
It's terrible.
It's working.
I can't think about anything else.
You can't?
It's just shoved down your throat.
You keep looking at the phone?
I just keep looking at it. I'm just just reading articles all day about something I can't do anything about.
That's right, the powerlessness.
I can't change anything.
Yeah.
But I'm so infatuated with all this information.
It's hard to filter because a lot of times it's the same article taken on by a bunch of different angles. Right. And then there's opinion pieces where I'm like, is this a real article? It's someone's point of view. Okay. I have to differentiate because you just go by the clickbait. You just go by the headlines. You're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So Staten Island. So you're there. You're there in the weird darkness of Staten Island.
Yeah.
And when you were growing up, what'd your mom do? Your dad was in the fire department when you were a kid?
Yeah, my dad was a fireman, and my mom was a nurse. Very typical Staten Island type of.
And she worked at the hospital in Staten Island?
She worked at the hospital in Staten Island.
Is she a nice lady?
She's a sweet lady.
Oh, good.
My mom's the best.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she's a very, very nice lady.
I don't like knowing that nurses are monsters.
No, there's good people in Staten Island.
Yeah.
It's just the vibe and the aura of it is pretty awful. Something just seems off.
It's
just
so
seems
close to the museums.
When The Walking Dead first starts, and you go outside and you look around, and it's just very desolate.
Yeah.
It feels exactly like that every time I get over the bridge.
And you know the dead people.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, there he is, the kid I went to high school with.
Still at the pizza place. Still like 25 years old. Still like, what's up, pussy?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking come back home. They're all still like that.
Yeah. Well, what do you think's going to happen?
Staten Island is filled with people who peaked in high school.
Right.
That's what it's still like this 17-year-old macho mentality that they carry through the rest. Yeah, I fucked that girl, got her pregnant.
Yeah.
And they're like proud. And
Right,
like,
right.
Everybody has babies when they're like 19 and they start a family. And then they make those people like them.
Yeah, they're exactly.
And that's why it keeps getting worse. Most people that are born there don't leave.
Yeah.
Like they never go to the city.
Island people are weird.
Like
in
going
general,
to the city, the first time I went, I was like, what the fuck is this place? This is insane. People selling hot dogs on the street. You know?
How old were you?
I was fucking like 14 years old.
You were 14?
I mean, I went to the city like once or twice to see the tree or whatever.
Yeah,
but like, you know, that doesn't, it just feels like a mom type trip.
Right, but as a separate kind of person.
I went by myself. I fucking flipped out. It was the craziest thing that's ever happened.
I can't believe it was that long.
No, it was incredible.
14?
Yeah.
Oh my! It's like you were like in prison.
Yeah, I've never been to Manhattan. I've been to like Brooklyn and like Staten Island, but that's pretty much it.
Why? Because you have family in Jersey.
My dad worked in Brooklyn Heights. That was where the firehouse was.
Oh, he was. That's so every day he had to go over there.
Yeah.
So when you were a kid, did you go to the firehouse and shit?
I went a bunch.
Yeah.
I really liked the firehouse. I thought it was like really
Great.
cool, and it was also like, you know, it was cool. You get to go down the pole.
Sure.
Like,
And firehouses in New York are spectacular.
Yeah.
They're just so glorious.
It's really cool, and
Yeah.
they're like little heroes. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody loves firemen.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And there's that one that used to. There's one down by the old on 3rd Street. You know, that used to be right next to the Boston Comedy Club. That I think that Anderson Cooper made into a condo. And then there's that one. There's that one right on, like, you know, like at 3rd and like Bowery. There's a big, beautiful one. It's one of my favorite buildings.
Oh yeah,
in
the
New
ones
York.
down there are really nice.
They're just glorious. I mean, they're really old, I think.
Yeah.
So your dad was a fireman. Now, I guess most people know what happened, but what happened?
So he died 9/11.
Oh, right. So plane flew into building.
So a plane flew into a building.
Yeah, right.
And then they were actually the first truck over the bridge.
Your dad's truck was?
Yeah, because it was right next to the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
Because of Brooklyn Heights and
Right.
bridge
Yeah.
is
Right.
there. So they were like one of the first people there. And then pretty much the whole firehouse was gone.
And how old were you?
7.
So you knew all these guys.
Yeah.
Like you'd go to the station house and
Yeah, they were like my friends.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I was there all the time.
Oh,
so.
so fucking awful.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. It's
And-
still a little rough.
Yeah, I don't know that you ever really fully get over something like that. So like you're 7, so you can barely process what happened.
Yeah, I know. All I knew was everybody started getting picked up from school.
Yeah.
For like
In Staten Island.
In Staten Island.
Yeah.
You know, and my dad worked, and my mom was working, so like I was like one of the last people to get picked up.
Yeah. Who
And
picked
then
you up?
My mom picked me up.
Yeah.
And then I just went to I think my mom's cousin's house, and then she was like, "You're not allowed to watch TV." She was like, "No TV for you." So I thought I was in trouble.
Yeah.
I didn't know like what was going on. I
And
didn't
she
really,
probably didn't quite know either, right?
No, nobody really knew until
Right.
like a week or so. Really,
But by the time you got picked up, both towers had fallen.
I'm pretty sure.
What a fucking time.
We were all set, so nobody was telling us what was going on.
You're just a bunch of kids in
they
a
were
room?
just like, school's done, and we were
Yeah.
all like, awesome.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really find out. I was just like, eventually, like a day or two went by, from what I can remember, and I was like, "Where's Dad?" And
Right.
Like she had to explain. And my parents just got divorced at that point, like 6 months ago.
So you'd just been through that hell?
So it was just really rough then, and then it started to look like it was starting to get used to both sides, and then that happened, and then like, you know, my mom was like, "Come home, we'll get back together." It was,
Oh, really?
yeah, it was fucked up. It wasn't really cool. And my
So-
sister was 3, so like it was like,
Oh my God! So your mom said, like, you know, to sort of buffer it.
Yeah.
She said, if he comes back, we'll get back together.
Yeah.
Though hope was slim.
yeah, she was probably deep in her mind like, "Don't fucking."
Oh God! Oh no!
No,
But-
yeah, it was very.
Yeah, what were they like together? Do you remember?
From what I can remember, I was set, so I have like a year maybe of memories. Like,
Yeah.
I remember pictures on it. I remember a happy family.
Sure.
I don't remember once in a while. I would remember them fighting, and then I remember like hiding under my bed.
Yeah.
Maybe like a handful of times.
Right.
And then I just remember them being like, "Hey, we're not going to live together anymore." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
You know, so I don't really.
Was he
remember
close
much.
by?
Yeah, he wasn't too far away.
Yeah, but that happened like a few months before the horrible thing.
That probably happened I would say 9 months the most. I don't remember.
So when your mom tells you this, that they're looking, is that what she said? That they're still looking for people. How'd she frame it?
Right. She was like, "Yeah, we don't know. He could be under something."
Oh, right. Oh,
we
that's
were
right.
at this point. We're just like, because they